Bam. We're live.
All right, cool. Oh, I just got the notification.
Just got that notey.
Yeah, literally, like, look, it's there.
Ah.
I want the Justice League background.
Justice League background. Let me see how many people we got in here so far. Let's see. 0 people.
Nice.
That's amazing. That's the most people I've ever had show up to a live stream.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's start talking right now. So, Jason Momoa, Aquaman, what's going on with him?
No, I'm gonna wait till like at least two people show up. Hey, what's up?
Oh my
What's
God.
up, Caden Bates? What's up, B Wise? What's up, Lance? What's up, Flash? What's up? Hey, what's up, Ryan? How you doing, bruv?
I'm gonna pull up the comments.
What's up, Faith? Hey, Liam, what's going on, my brother? I see people commenting, but it says 0 people in here, which is so weird.
It says 27 watching. You might just have to refresh.
Facts.
Yeah, we got 26 watching right now.
Okay, cool. That's good enough to start. We probably might maintain 26 for the whole stream anyway, so that's cool. That's fine by me.
That's fine. Oh, we're up to 28. All right.
I don't think it will go more than that though.
Yeah, it's dinner time.
That's just how it is, bro.
So.
No, it's not just dinner time. That's just how it is on my channel.
No, that's fine then.
Encoding. What the hell? Why is this thing telling me that I'm having encoding? Bloody hell. Hey guys, do me a favor in the comments, man. Yeah, DCEU is not DCFU. I'm gonna call it DCEU. It doesn't matter. We gave it that name. I'm keeping it that way for now. I ain't gonna change it. I don't feel like rechanging the title. DCFU, DCEU, same thing. Doesn't matter.
What's the DCFU?
It's supposed to be the DC Films universe. Apparently that's what it's apparently that's what it was supposed to be. Because
I think that sounds like something else. Warner Brothers apparently just doesn't like us.
right. DCFU.
No, you guys for watching our movies. We hate you.
For watching our movies. DCFU.
Our stuff.
Guys, in the comments, because we can't be on here too long, Dylan has to pop up, but I'm gonna be streaming later. New game. So, but do me a favor. If in the comments, if you see the video lagging or the frames are dropping, let me know, and so I can change the settings. I saw in the news from Variety to Warner Brothers and DC restructuring the DCEU. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that right now in this video today. The Flash. You can't ask me about the crossover. Okay. You can't ask me about the crossover in a video that is strictly titled "Is the DCEU Dead? The Future of the DC Films?" And me and this guy here,
yo, Flash, like
me and this guy right here, we had a 2-hour podcast last week.
You go check that out, and then you come back to us. We won't be here. But hey, what do you want?
We had a 2-hour discussion.
Jeez, man.
Last week, man.
Read the damn title. It's not that hard.
Damn it. Anyways, man. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start talking about some stuff, man. I won't be reading too many comments right now because we don't have all that time. So I'm gonna say hello to you guys before we get into our discussion.
I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. If one of them brings up something cool, I'll spit it out there.
Definitely. I'm gonna put up the picture of Jason Momoa on the screen though first. So someone said DCF. All right, let's go. Let's get into this, man. We wasted enough time, man. Let me pull up this picture of Jason Momoa.
I'm done.
What do you say?
Yo, Mr. Pete reviews like, holy cow, man, DC effed up.
DC effed up. Wow, just like that.
We're not saying your name just because you said that. Like, yeah, that's not happening, dude.
I'm trying to find out one picture and I can't find. Okay, I found it. Cool.
I sent it to you. You should have.
I know. Yeah, I had it saved in a folder. I was just trying to look for that folder.
Oh, okay.
The whole screen is just going to change real quick. Let me go to here.
That's fine.
Boom. Okay, cool. Alrighty, guys. So, here's a picture of Jason Momoa. Alright? Jason Momoa. This picture dropped earlier today if you guys hadn't seen it. And if you're not following me on my social media, obviously you would have seen this earlier. So follow me on Twitter because I did repost it. But, dang. Look at this guy. Jason Momoa. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this stuff, bro? You go ahead and tell me, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you?
Jason Momoa. Like, oh my god.
Jason Momoa. Look at this dude.
I'm not trying to say anything raunchy here, but I'd go gay for that man. No.
Oh my god. That's what you said. You said that.
I'm joking. But like,
hey, bro, you do you, bro.
He really does. He looks really badass. And I am so excited to see.
I just think he looks cool. I just think he looks awesome.
I just can't wait till the release of a photo of the Black Manta costume. Honestly, like,
yes,
this is gonna be pumped. This is gonna be really pumped.
I like the actor they chose for him though, for Black Manta.
Imagine Aquaman like hopping on a Russian submarine who like maybe has a nuke or something, or just doing devious things in the ocean, and he just hops on and just beats the crap out of everyone. Right? Everyone on the sub just knocking him into walls, like punching holes in the walls to let water in. Oh man, it's gonna be, if he does that, that'll be really badass.
I know, man. That's what I'm thinking.
Hunt for Red October with Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and Black Manta. Like, holy cow, that'd be.
You know what awesome. I think this scene is from though, because what's crazy is that he just looks. They look like they just photoshopped this, and they just put him behind the background. That's what this looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because the picture just looks too perfect. Because like, look at the lighting on his face. You know what I mean?
It's obviously set up. You know, like,
oh yeah, of course.
It looks a bit. Yeah, this is. They definitely tweaked it a bit, but they always do with the. They
always tweak things. I mean, what's
he looks cool as hell though.
He does though.
What's his ring? That's my question.
Yeah, what is that? But Jason Momoa has like one of the coolest fashion senses though, in general. Oh,
I looked at it. I was like, maybe it's a Legion of Superheroes ring, and it's not.
Nah, heck no.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, that definitely looks cool, man. What are your thoughts on Jason Momoa? Because I saw this earlier. Like I was scrolling through Instagram posts and stuff, and a lot of people don't really like him as Aquaman.
I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Like, I wouldn't mind a more subdued Aquaman, I guess, but at the same time, I like Jason Momoa. Like, he's a character actor. Most of the time, he plays himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Jason Momoa, so I like Aquaman.
Hey, I'm Jason Momoa. I'm going to play Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, the thing about Aquaman is everyone always loves to hate on him.
That's
and if
the
you
thing,
bring in, if you bring in an actor like Jason Momoa who's going to play himself and bring like his personality into the role, I think that works, because if you have this established character that people just don't latch on to because either you think he's boring, or he just doesn't do a lot, or he talks to fish, like,
exactly,
you're gonna get a better response from audiences if they enjoy the actor playing him, rather than like if they got someone unknown or who played Aquaman like the way we see him in the comics.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
because like I saw a funny picture of remember that Aquaman animated series from way back when, in the
80s, and then they did Super Friends. Yeah,
exactly. And this guy is riding the fish with strings on water. Oh, like,
I just saw, it's like they're horses, Matthew. Don't you get the joke?
No, but not the fish. I mean, that's the horses. I'm talking about the fish, bro. I'm talking about just like two Swedish looking fish. Like,
when he's like doing like the jet skiing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's one way to travel.
That's one way to travel, right? Hey, man,
persuasive powers over aquatic life. Like, what are you really gonna do with it besides get a shark to eat a couple people? Like, right? I guess you could use it for transport.
Might as well use it to transport too. But how efficient is two fishes on a string? I'm pretty sure he could swim faster than them. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but it's not about it's not about the speed. It's just about luxury.
It's the luxury.
It's like driving somewhere compared to, like walking somewhere. You don't want to walk across like the bridge to New York. You want to take an Uber there. Like, it's so much easier.
Right?
You don't want to tire yourself out if you're going long distances. You got fish. You got string. Like, it works, I guess.
Hey, man, fish lives matter too, okay? All right. I don't know,
the whole
but
sushi business industry
obviously
is built on it.
Obviously, what I like about this Aquaman, it reminds me of. You remember that time in comics when they had this really edgy Aquaman with the
Yeah,
beard and
90s Aquaman with
right?
the hook
But was,
hand and then the
wasn't
magic
that wasn't
water
that
hand.
wasn't that Crisis? Wasn't that Crisis Aquaman though, or our post Crisis?
No, that was post crisis.
That was
That
post
was
Crisis.
Grant Morrison's JLA. He was like that. I don't know where it was probably he probably lost the hand in his own series. I don't know who's writing it though.
Yeah,
But
because
he lost the
wasn't
hand,
like
got the hook, he grew out the beard,
yeah,
and then he eventually ditched the hook and got like a magic water hand. Like, I mean, the hook was cool. You could have stuck with the hook, but you're like, nah, water hand. Because
water
what?
hand. Because why?
How does that even work underwater? That doesn't make any sense.
How does it work underwater?
You
That's a
pour
good
water
question.
into more water. It just you got more water. You know, you can't.
Hey man, superhero.
Physics.
Physics
that's not
or the
thing
lack
that
there.
Supergirls
Aquaman,
understand.
Aquaman
Like,
physics. Hey, it's like asking the question from our conversation last week. How the hell is Oliver's arrows able to shoot like the strength of Superman?
question: how does Mirror use like underwater magic? When like you're underwater, you can't really do all that much. Like the currents are mostly on top.
Right? But I mean, like you're an Atlantean. You can control the ocean like that.
I guess, but like you still have water on top of water. Like it's not like you put a human hand on top of a human hand. Like they don't mesh together. You know, you pour a cup of water into another cup of water. You just have a bigger cup of water. Like,
But however though, right? Which is what I liked about it. There's also force. There's also force as well. You have to think about it this way. I forgot what they're called, man. I saw it on Blue Planet, a nature documentary. I forgot what it's called, damn it. But it's like this. It has like this underwater hurricane type thing. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, I have an example of actually something that kind of like craps on my making fun of Aquaman. There's this things called like bullet shrimp, and they like heat up water basically like really fast and like shoot at people.
Well, you see?
Audio alert.
For me?
Audio. That's what Mr. Pete Reviews is saying. I don't know what that means. You have to be a little more specific.
Oh, is this? Does it sound like robots for us? Does it sound like robots?
I have no idea. He
Let us know,
just
man.
said audio, and then he said audio alert twice. And then he says a whirlpool. Not even a whirlpool.
No,
Whirlpool.
not a whirlpool. Hey, Colin, what's up? Water spout? No, man, I forgot what it's called, man. I freaking forgot. I was watching a nature documentary too. Is the audio good though, guys?
Like, yeah, how's the audio sound? Hit us up and actually tell us the problems.
Yeah, man, is the audio
coming good now? Okay,
better
I guess
now?
it was
Okay.
just maybe we were too loud.
I don't know. No, for a second, your mic, Dylan, actually was going robotic, but then it fixed itself. But it fixed itself. It fixed itself though.
All right.
A water spout. Let me research that because I'm pretty sure that's not what I'm talking about. It might be.
Nah, it's fine. Like we'll figure it out. Maybe post it in the description after this video goes up.
No, man, not water spouts. Not that. That's not what I'm talking about. Not that. I'm looking at pictures of it. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. That's not what I'm talking about. Man, forget it, man. But I'll figure it out later. What's it called?
All right,
man?
So
screw it. Whatever.
What
Anyway, yeah.
about?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Aquaman is going to be good? Do you think it's going to be a good movie? What do you think about? Let me actually switch back to us real quick.
I don't know what mic I'm using, man. We're talking about Aquaman.
Huh?
Ryan O'Toole is like, hey, were you using a CAD U3? I don't know. No. Yeah, I think Aquaman's gonna be as good as Black Panther, to be honest.
You think so?
I have about as much interest in it, like honestly.
But you think it's gonna be as good as Black Panther?
Probably.
I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
We haven't seen anything from it, so I can't judge it.
Yeah, that's the thing. We haven't seen anything. I have to wait for a trailer.
I mean, they're very similar characters, you know, in that way. And we're gonna be dealing with. No, if you think about just purely like setup, yeah.
Setup
they're
wise,
both rulers of a they're both rulers of a secret society with vastly technologically advanced peoples. And they're being usurped by someone that they trust or used to trust.
Well, no, not with the trust part.
Much.
Not with the trust part.
We don't know that. I'm pretty sure they established like Killmonger's dad was like. Didn't they say Killmonger's dad was like one of the old king's like servants or something? Not servants.
No, man.
Underlings.
You haven't read too much Black Panther, right?
No, I know who Killmonger is. I know,
but I mean, because his whole family was banished from Wakanda.
Yeah,
because they were trying to do other things that the kingdom didn't want. Like they wanted to do new methods of things that the kingdom didn't want, and they wanted to introduce new elements and new tactics, and they didn't want that.
Yeah.
So, they tried to do
kicked out for it, and that's why Killmonger was banished. He's coming back to Wakanda, and he's trying to take over.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, you also have like probably you're gonna have Ocean Master, right? Is he part of the Aquaman movie?
Got no clue. The only thing I know that's who's gonna be in it is
I mean, they kind of switch it up a bit because like T'Challa is like loved by his people, and like Arthur Curry's not. So I guess like you can kind of
the only similarities I can see is that they're both new kings of a kingdom that just recently lost their ruler.
Yes,
that's the only thing I can really say.
The villains are probably going to be very similar to each other in terms of like. The villains are going to be kind of like opposite versions of the hero.
Maybe. So Ashley in the comments said, "Get this man a trident."
Oh, by the way,
Black Panther memes are crazy, huh?
You're roboting a little bit.
I'm roboting. Oh man.
Oh, you're good now.
Okay, cool.
Kind of ish.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like
Durbin,
Aquaman, I'm probably more excited for that though, because like honestly, I like Black Manta.
Well, I'm sorry, man. For me, I have and always will be a Black Panther fan first. So, look, man. It's a big movie for Black people too, in general. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's a huge movie. So,
I'm excited
for.
I don't know how I feel about like certain things in the plot. Like.
Come on, bro. It's Wakanda.
It just feels like another Marvel movie,
Well, it's another Marvel movie. I mean, pretty honestly, Black Panther it's just like a filler for Infinity War. Because right after that, it's Infinity War.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't do that then. Like they shouldn't like bring in a filler movie. Black Panther shouldn't be a filler movie. It's literally the first
superhero
crazy? Movie of note. With a leading Black character.
Well, yeah, you're right. But
like
what's crazy? What's crazy about it,
unless
though?
you count Steel or Spawn.
Who?
No one does, though.
No.
Steel or Spawn.
No.
Like, you don't count those. So
no.
This is literally like basically the first one that of note of like a Black character being the lead and the title character.
Yeah, I mean, besides Blade.
I just don't think, like, honestly, they're doing. It seems like they try to introduce Killmonger as like this cool new like terrorist villain basically, and then like in like the second trailer they're like, oh, he gets a extremely similar suit to T'Challa's, and it's like it just, I feel like it would have been cooler had we seen like more of a I don't know, I can't say anything yet, but I feel like it's gonna go the same way a lot of the Marvel movies do, where like the villain ends up basically just being an evil version of the character, even if it's just down to like the suit or whatever. I think that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it could be, but man, I don't freaking care. I'm just excited to see Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. If I'm being quite honest with you, when I step up in that theater, I already have my suit that I'm ordering. I'm rolling up to the theater in my Black Panther suit. I am not playing any games. Okay, my beard is growing out, so when Aquaman comes around, I'll probably get a trident for that. I'm cosplaying to the theaters, God. Man. I ain't kidding. I might cosplay for Last Jedi next week.
Really?
I might do it.
Where are you gonna go as?
Vader, man. I might go as him, or I might go as I can't do Finn. I'm too fat to be Finn, so I'm gonna go as
go as Kylo Ren, man. Like,
I don't want to go as Kylo Ren. Nobody likes Kylo Ren, bro. I don't want Kylo. I don't want Kylo Ren with a. No one wants Kylo Ren with a beard.
You're
All
wearing
right.
them. You don't have to like. All right, just saying you can wear the mask.
Yeah, I could
A
wear the
little
mask,
tiny
but
mask on your face. Like,
all right. We're getting off topic now. Let's get back to
string on the
DC.
back.
Let's get back to DC. Let's get back to DC. Okay.
I'm excited for Aquaman though. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of an Aquaman fanboy in a sense. Like I read a decent amount, probably not as much as Green Lantern or Superman or some of the other characters I like, but he's pretty high up there for me.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
thought he was fine in Justice League. I thought he got kind of the short end of the stick because he didn't get as much time as every other hero. You know, like even Superman gets more time dedicated to than Aquaman gets to himself. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see where they take this character because we kind of established like he's kind of an outcast. I hope they delve into that. Like, oh, he's a king and he's a reluctant king, and his people don't necessarily like him. Hopefully,
yeah,
there could be some good conflict from that.
I want to see that relationship development with him and Mira. And the thing is too, I think I'll be more of an Aquaman fan because remember I just did that whole Rebirth haul, so I have so much.
Wait. Trump Chala will make it better.
We're not even gonna acknowledge that comment. Okay, let's continue.
What is that even?
We're not talking about politics in the channel. Okay, we're gonna move on from that.
What?
So
where does that even come from? The last comment was shave it.
Clue. No, he's talking about shaving my beard. This is why I don't read comments when I'm talking about certain things, so I don't get off topic, so I don't get off track.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's why I just put the comments to the side, man.
Jeez.
Anyways,
so
yeah, because I did the whole
DC
DC Rebirth haul, because I did my DC Rebirth haul. I have all 3 volumes of Aquaman, so maybe after I read.
It's good. It's really good. Like,
yeah, maybe after I read it, I might be even more of a fan for him because I do like him. I do like him as a character. I do. It's just that I'm not so hyped for him as much as you would be. You know what I mean? Like I like Jason Momoa. I'm a huge Jason Momoa fan, but
I love Jason Momoa. Like the dude is like he was in Stargate Atlantis. He was in Game of Thrones, of course. Like even like that show Frontier, like that came out last year, and like
that looks so good.
It's a good show. I watched the first season. I'm gonna watch the second one probably.
Yeah,
this weekend.
I gotta check it out.
It's a good show. Like I like Jason Momoa, and I think he's gonna once they like give him his time to like really expand on this character, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll actually get to see some like exciting stuff from that movie. I think a lot of political stuff too, which is kind of cool. You do a lot of parallels with Atlantis
I did
the
see
real
that
world.
with the I'm gonna put this guy in the timeout. He's being ridiculous now in this comment section. Come on, bruh. Anyways, put him on a timeout right quick. So for the title of the video, man, do you think because we only have a few minutes before we gotta go. Do you think
I can like maybe 10 more.
Okay. Do you think DCU is done, man? I wish you had more time. Do you think DCU is done? Do you think the DC movies are done?
I don't think it is. I think honestly they're gonna keep trying until like they just have another major bomb. Like really. Like they really have to put in the work if they want to get out of something, like get something out of it. Like it feels like DC is like that one kid in the class, like midway through the semester that like hasn't really been trying to this point. Like he's gotten like a couple good grades on a test, but like let's be real, he's kind of been slacking, and now it's like crunch time. Dude has to really pick up his stuff and get to work, or he's just not gonna make it out of the. I don't know. Like honestly, I feel like the biggest flop that probably will come for DC will probably be Suicide Squad 2. Like honestly,
I get upset just thinking about Suicide Squad. I get so upset just even thinking about it. Movie,
like seriously, because I'm excited for Shazam. I'm excited for Aquaman. I'm excited for Wonder Woman 2. I'm excited for Green Lantern Corps, like the most of all, probably. Yeah. And like even Justice League 2 and Man of Steel 2, if they ever do that. I'm excited for these films, but like when it comes to like they're like we're also doing a Batgirl film and Suicide Squad 2. I'm like I don't know if these are gonna work. I don't know if you're gonna be able to pull it off. Like even Nightwing, I'm like, okay, that could be really cool if you do it right. If you do your homework. And
I feel like the Titan show is gonna be better than all of this stuff. Low key.
I feel like it's gonna probably be better than Nightwing or Batgirl, honestly. Like, but I just think if they have another bomb, they won't last past that. Like,
Look,
at most two.
The
like,
saving
flops.
grace for DC right now. The saving grace for DC right now. Hold up.
It's Wonder Woman 2. It's literally Wonder Woman 2.
This man said, "No, DC's awesome. F you, all idiots, haters. Cool. I'm an idiot, but I can spell better than you. What do you have to say about that?" Man can't even type. Homie can't even type, and he want to call me an idiot. You know what's funny, bro? This man, Chris, I'm calling him out too. This man, Chris Renshaw, bro, always in my comments talking crap, bro. I told you this in the comments, Chris. If you don't mess with me and you don't mess with what I gotta say, and you have nothing positive to say towards me, or something constructive, like constructive criticism, or nothing good to positive to add to this channel, bro, unsubscribe and leave this channel, bro. You always doing this stuff, man. Every time on my videos, the live streams, the comments on my regular videos. Like, I tell you this all the time, you don't mess with me, bro, and you have nothing positive to say towards me or this channel or other people on here, you're not gonna respect anybody, leave, man. I'm tired of telling you the same stuff every time. Like, I try to be positive and happy for everybody on this channel, man. Damn. Anyways, because if he continues, I'm gonna just block him from the channel in period, bruh.
You might as well, because like he's just wasting our time in this stream, and then also wasting his. Like, do something better with your life. Get on with it. Jeez.
Oh man, like he gotta chill out. Anyways.
Yeah. So what do you think the saving grace is gonna be? You said.
Yeah. I think I'm just saying the only thing right now is that is
2018, 2019. When does that come out?
2019. Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out. I think. Like a week before the next Star Wars.
Okay, because that's honestly, it's probably going to be the saving grace for DC if that film succeeds. Like, as long as Aquaman and Shazam do marginally well, like hopefully better than Justice League, right?
Yeah.
In terms of box office and reviews, as long as those do like better than Justice League, we'll get to Wonder Woman 2, and I think that's when they'll like finally like be comfortable with themselves. Like, they'll have a good idea of what these movies want to be. Because, I mean, you think about it, like, even with the MCU, like, there's been some missteps here and there, especially in the beginning. Like,
but it's been
Iron Man 2,
it's been organized, though. That's the thing, though. You see, they always had another film that always saved them from the last one.
DC, it's literally just like, well, what if we try this? It's like they're kind of throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
My buddy
they have
Durbin,
to really sit down and plan it out.
My buddy Durbin from Durbania. By the way, all my friends in the chat right now, go subscribe to them, man. Rhino, Tool, Durbania. I hadn't seen anybody else, but go subscribe to their channels, man. Awesome people. Durbin, we got to do another collab video. It's been a while. But yeah, Durbin said DCEU has hope. It just needs time and patience. That's my thing. It does. I know, it's funny. Durbin actually made a couple videos on his channel with Cody Leach about DCEU. So head over to his channel. They have a really great discussion about the DCEU future and stuff like that. So go ahead and check out their channel. But yeah, man, I agree with him. It needs time and patience. So that's what That's what I was about to get to. You know what I'm saying? They need to just take their time with things. They have to get the
right people in.
Exactly.
And then it out. Like, they have to say, like, these are the points we want to hit before the next big movie, and these are the characters we want to do it with. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm not saying like the studio has to write every script, but it has to be in line with their vision. It has to be in line with them tonally. Yeah. They really have to, like Marvel, establish like, and I hate saying this, establish like a brand for themselves, I guess. They have to, they really just have to like get it down to a formula, and they're not there yet. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't want like originality in these films, but if they want to succeed, people are looking for more of the same, and that's kind of sad, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, man, while, and this is my issue that I've been having with the DCEU, man. I like the films as a fan. I do. You know this. Yeah. You know, I enjoy them because I'm just glad to see them on screen. But my problem is I don't feel like the continuity's not there, and I don't feel like it's like this. This is supposed to be a shared universe, right? I don't feel like this is a shared universe.
It doesn't feel like these other characters exist outside of their own movies.
Exactly. And like because I was watching Doctor Strange like last week, and I'm like,
it feels like a movie.
It feels like an MCU film.
at the very least, it feels like a Marvel movie, you know?
Yeah. And
that's the thing about DC, because they're trying all these different things, throwing so many things at the wall to see what sticks. We haven't gotten there yet.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't think people have latched onto it like they have with the Marvel films. Marvel, it's okay, happy, make a bunch of jokes. Villain and plot is less necessary than building up the hero. That's their formula, basically. And then they all come together at the end of a phase. Like, either we'll do a big team-up movie or something else. Like, that's how it goes.
But
DC,
the thing
it's
is,
like, well,
Marvel, it works, though. It works for them.
That's the thing. Because they all... Think about Marvel, they're all shot very similarly.
Yeah.
They get a lot of directors who are not so stylistic with their films, I'd say. Like, they kind of play to the formula. They're kind of unremarkable in that way, you know.
And they follow the vision.
They do, and not to mention, like, you look at a Marvel film, the coloring is all the same. Like, they look very, very similar from film to film, except with maybe the exception of like Civil War, honestly, because that film is just gray skies all day long.
No, the film,
like,
color-wise, that film is a mess. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't enjoy watching that, especially with the colors are just like so off, and on top of that, like the fast editing with the fight system to cut down on budget. It's just like I can't sometimes. It's a good movie, but I just don't like the way it was shot.
Ryan asked a great question. He said, let me ask you guys this. Was Justice League released too soon in the DCEU? Should other films have been released before this? Yes. Justice League was released. I feel it was released way too soon, bro. Because here's my reasoning for that, and I'll let you see what you guys say. Here's my reasoning for it, right? For me, is you had this long bit from a Marvel perspective. You had Iron Man, Incredible Hulk. You had Iron Man 2. You had Captain America: First Avenger. You had Thor. You had so many movies to build the main characters, so that when Avengers came around, it actually worked, and all these characters were developed. And as you saw at the end in the post credits for First Avengers, it was setting up right up for Avengers. I remember being in the theaters watching that First Avenger, and right at the end, post credit scene set up straight up for Avengers, and I was super hyped for it. That's the difference between and for DC. For me, you had Man of Steel, which I still think is a phenomenal movie. Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Wonder Woman, boom, Justice League.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They should. I personally believe that some of each character should have had their own solo. That's what I think. Their own solo film. That's what I think, man. I think they should have had their own solo film and then go straight into Justice League. I just think it was rushed. I just think it was honestly rushed.
I think the reason they did it, honestly, is because with Man of Steel, the reviews were pretty mixed. Like, people...
To compete?
What do you mean?
Like, they just did it to compete with the the current trend, Marvel having their...
No. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Basically, I think with Man of Steel, the reviews were pretty mixed. Like, some people really liked it, some people really didn't. There weren't that many people that were like lukewarm on it. It was a pretty decent box office success, and then they didn't really do anything for 2 years. And then you move on. They're like, okay, we're trying to do the dark, realistic thing. It kind of works. People kind of like it. I wouldn't say like people hated it necessarily, or at least not the majority of people hated it. And then you move on to Batman v Superman. People just straight out don't like that film, except for like the really hardcore DC fanboys for some reason. I don't know. I'm a hardcore DC fanboy. I can't get behind that film. Whatever. People don't like that film. They're like, we already are filming Suicide Squad. Switch it up to make it more fun, like the Marvel movies, because that works. That's working already. And then, so the one movie that probably should have been dark turns out to be all happy-go-lucky and over-edited and everything. And they're like, oh, well, what do we do now? Wonder Woman. Oh, we're in the middle. We'll put out Wonder Woman while we're filming Justice League. I think the reason they put out Justice League so soon after Wonder Woman, not because just they were filming it, but because I'd argue failures of Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad critically. Yeah, they're just like, we have to do something. Like, if we do, they were lucky that Wonder Woman was a success. Like, it's a good movie, but they're lucky that like they decided, oh, we're gonna do that before Justice League.
And you know what's funny? Now you mentioned Wonder Woman. I think, because you remember, Patty Jenkins had almost 100% creative control on that.
Yes,
And you know
that's
what's
the
funny?
thing, like,
You know what's funny? I think Warner Brothers allowed her to have full control because they initially thought the film was going to fail. That's what I
probably,
believe.
yeah.
That's what I believe. And then once
But,
they
like, people
saw,
watch it because
like,
it's a
hey,
lady.
it's actually good. Hey, I think honestly, call me crazy, but I think that the studio wanted Patty Jenkins to fail as a female director. They wanted her to be like, look, whatever, this is this. Let her fail, and then we can have Zack Snyder come up and pick up the pieces, right?
No, I
And
think
the thing is, and I think once they realized that Wonder Woman actually turned out to be a good film, they were like, hey, Patty, so we're glad that the film did good. You know, we're gonna give you a little bit of a hard time to pay you for money. You know, give you your money that you deserve. But we want to have you back for Wonder Woman 2 since the first one was such a success. You know what? Let's make everything focused on Wonder Woman now, which I don't have an issue with. I love Wonder Woman. You know that. Look at my wall. Y'all know this, man. Look at my back. Look at my door. Okay, y'all know this. All right, y'all know this. But that's what I'm thinking, man. I just think that they wanted her to fail.
Honestly, it's just they basically at that point they're just like, hey, like, what are we gonna do? We have a Wonder Woman movie planned. The script's already been written. We cast the character for the last film. We have a director. Give it to Patty Jenkins. They'll do it, and then we'll work on Justice League. Like, we'll get Zack on Justice League. Yeah. Wonder Woman comes out. They're like, oh crap, Wonder Woman did good. We got to change Justice League. They go and change Justice League. Lukewarm reaction. I think honestly, basically going back to what we were talking about, I don't think they really should have given every character their own film beforehand, because with Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, they just had to say, like, it might not be as good as people wanted it, but we have to throw something out there so they won't eat us alive. Like, Wonder Woman isn't going to tide them over forever, you know? Wonder Woman, after Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman coming out and it's like, oh my god, it's a breath of fresh air, a good DC film. They're like, we have to do something. We don't have the time to build up the rest of the films. We didn't plan it this way.
But like, you know what's crazy too? Not you mentioned that. You're saying sorry about that. You were saying?
No, I think it's fine that they introduced some of the characters. Granted, I think they should have given other characters their own solo film first. Like, I think they probably should have given Aquaman a solo film first.
Yeah,
so absolutely. We have that established character. But like Flash and Cyborg, I'm fine with them being like the new introductees to the DC universe in that film, because hey, guess what? They're new at this. Like, literally, they're new at this. Aquaman has a whole world to himself that we don't know about.
But that's true. But then that goes to this now. You see, the thing is, even if they did not give Flash and Cyborg their own films first, the problem is they cut so much footage from the main film that actually developed those two specific characters. I mean, I felt that even though, you know, the majority of people know about Flash, a lot of people, especially because of the CW show. Especially now, exactly. The thing is, and which brings me to this, the Zack Snyder cut, right? Initially, his version of the film was supposed to be about 3 hours long. Okay? A typical Zack Snyder movie. Batman vs. Superman. Batman vs. Superman, the extended edition, which is the ultimate cut, which is probably the only cut of the movie I watched. It's long as hell, dude. It's long as hell,
it's
but
boring too.
But no, but
they added a couple good scenes, but still, like,
it's long, but it still makes the movie make more sense than the theatrical version.
Yeah, but it doesn't fix it. It really doesn't.
It doesn't completely.
It makes a little more sense. That's like saying like the Daredevil director cut like fixed the film. It doesn't. It makes it a little more tolerable, but it's still garbage. Well, I want to say Batman v Superman's entire garbage. There's some redeemable stuff from there, like, but Doomsday, Lex Luthor, like,
no, I mean those are things you can't fix. Like, you can't fix that.
Not to mention, like, it's the thing, honestly, that again, like, they always tend to do this in the beginning of something big. Like, in the crossover, you had like some weird stuff. Like, that's just like the first shot. Remember, I was like, oh, it's like the arrows are green, but he has red arrows. Like, it's weird. Yeah. And like the beginning of Batman v Superman, they just shoot Jimmy Olsen in the head. No backstory for his character. Nope. At least if they did a 5-minute intro with this guy, and I'm like, oh, introduce these Jimmy Olsen.
Olsen is one of the most important characters to the Superman story.
Yes, he is. He's literally Superman's best friend.
Best friend.
Like, more so than Batman most of the time. Like,
yep.
If we're talking before Batman, he is Superman's only friend.
He's Clark's only friend.
Yeah.
Even before Lois, man. Even before him and Lois got mushy.
Who Superman was before Lois knew.
Exactly.
Like, in most of the time, like, it's pretty big, and you're just like, we're not even gonna have Clark meet this guy. We'll just blow his brains out. Like, what?
Right.
Like, if they had done, you know, if they decided, like, oh, okay, we're gonna do Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and like a Green Lantern movie, and then they're like Justice League.
Yeah.
Fine. Because honestly, Flash's story is so quick and simple. You can knock it out like that. And he hasn't done anything in this DC universe of note yet. Like, he's a newbie in this universe. Like, I would have
liked to see their take on it though. But is one comment I want to address. Is one comment I want to address though. Ashley Hardman said, I think it's a good point. He said, because guys, I'm trying my best to read your comments as we're talking to. He said, I don't understand why comic fans would moan about a long film about comic related stuff. Give me a long film any day that is superhero and comic book related, and I agree with that too, man. To be honest with you, I rather have a 3-hour, well developed comic book movie where characters are developed properly, where the story is developed properly, everyone has ample time, and you're having a lot of comic book related things where it's really, really attacking a lot of the things that they have in the comic books and addressing it, and have a long time, because it takes a long time to explain these things. And when you do it in that way,
especially to mass audiences,
exactly.
Seriously.
Like if you look at a series like Game of Thrones, every single episode is like a feature film. Why? Because the books are very detailed. The books are very detailed, and they try their best.
And we're not even getting all that. Like,
exactly, we're not even getting all the stuff from the books.
Catelyn Stark's not dead. Like,
exactly,
that's completely skipped.
That's
over.
A whole new thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she comes back from the dead, and she's like a zombie.
Exactly.
Weird.
Which they might do, for season 8, which is not dropping officially till 2019 now. I got the
yeah, I know.
They said it's not dropping till 2019 officially. Damn it.
Honestly though, like I'd rather a long film as long as it's intriguing, like as long as you have characters that people care about and like you develop them well and it's not boring. That's the thing about Batman v Superman. You could say like I want a long comic book movie all you want. If it's boring like Batman v Superman, people aren't gonna like it.
Nope.
I'm not saying there has to be constant action, but it has to be intriguing character development. Like it can't just be like Batman, like, oh, I don't like Superman because he's an alien. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I saw another comment saying that Flashpoint is the only way to save the DCEU. I think that's the exact opposite. Honestly, that might kill it. Like that might be the closest. That might be before even Suicide Squad 2 can kill it. I think that might kill the. I'm sorry, mass audiences aren't gonna go for that. Like,
no,
they already have enough trouble like with Steppenwolf right now, and that dude was barely a character to begin with. That is like a cardboard cutout of a villain, like just a generic villain.
Yeah,
like.
Welcome to Villains R Us.
We're talking Flashpoint? No, it doesn't matter. Like that's not happening. You're gonna step into the movie expecting a Flash movie, and they're gonna get like some alternate reality crap. Like, no, they're not gonna be very receptive to it, even if it is very intriguing. Like, it's not a time travel movie. That's what people seem to forget. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a time travel movie." I see all these fan arts of like Batman and Flash as like Doc Brown and like Marty from Back to the Future. Like, it's not a time travel movie. It's an alternate timeline movie. It's gonna be very confusing. That's like if they did Red Sun as like a full-fledged like movie in the DCEU. People aren't going to know what the hell's going on, and because of that, they don't like it. People don't like things they don't understand. That's pretty much the way it's been forever. Like
always. And you know what's crazy? Here's my opinion on it. It's like you have this. I think if they allowed Zack Snyder to just do what he was planning from since day one to end his trilogy, I think it would have been story-wise.
I think it would have turned out better.
Story-wise, I think it would have made more sense compared to what we got.
I think it would have been a good way to exit out of him being like the head.
Exactly.
Yeah, like seriously, like fine, give him the last film. Like it doesn't matter. Seriously, like it really doesn't. As long as like going forward, we're not doing like this bro macho man like dark crap anymore. I'm fine.
But you see, the thing is,
no, don't get me wrong. The dude shoots a beautiful movie. He's just not all that great when it comes to writing
I
or
guess,
being left
yeah.
alone with writing. Rather.
And I don't want Chris I don't want Chris Terrio to touch Jack. Okay, Chris Terrio, he's the one that touched Batman versus Superman. I don't want him to touch Jack.
Just give it all to Jeff Johns. Aren't they already doing that now?
That's what I'm trying to say, though. See,
Jeff Johns is a comic book writer. He knows more about comics than probably anyone working at DC, except maybe like,
bro. Yeah.
The dude's written incredible stories. He's written an entire like Green Lantern run. That's.
But you know what's crazy though? Like this is what we were talking about before we started the stream, right? This is what we were talking about before we started the stream. DC Films did not want Zack Snyder to return. And at the end of and this is the point I'm trying to make. At the end of the day, it's the studio that makes the final decision. And sometimes they don't know what the hell they're doing. Sometimes the studio, they just think they're making a good executive business decision, and they're really not. And to be honest with you, this is my opinion. If the studio can please fans, do they realize how many Batman fans there are out there in the world? Do they realize how many Superman fans there are out in the world? If they can please fans, and it's hard to please fans too, because sometimes we can be super picky as hell. So I can see them being understanding.
Oh, yeah. That's our entire crossover podcast.
Yeah, our entire crossover podcast is us just being super picky as hell.
We loved it, but hey, like you pull it apart anyways.
You know what I'm saying?
Rip it limb from limb. But like you have to.
But it's the studios, man. It doesn't matter what happens. DC Films can want whatever they want. At the end of the day, it's gonna be because Warner Brothers is funding them. So at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, hey, whatever. We're gonna just let. That's the difference between Disney and Warner Brothers, right? DC hired Marvel Studios, but Kevin Feige is in charge of everything that comes out of Marvel Disney. All Disney does is just go through and make sure that everything is appropriate for their ratings, and that's it. Disney,
pretty much, unless like, something very politically charged is in
politically,
there.
yeah, because sometimes Disney gets very involved with a lot of PC stuff, and
they want to. Well, honestly, it's basically just like. We have to make this accessible for everyone. That's basically like the only thing in a Disney movie. Like, oh, it's a Marvel movie. It can be kind of dark and gritty. People can die as long as like anyone of any age can watch it and enjoy it and not be like offended by it, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh, Ashley Hartman, bro. Don't even get me started on Chris Terrio writing for Star Wars Episode 9. Don't even get me started on that. Cause that's another stream altogether. They're gonna screw up that movie so bad. They're going to screw up that movie so bad.
Honestly.
But we're not even going to talk about that. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the difference between Disney and Warner Brothers. Disney, they're going to be like, hey, we just want to make that money. Okay? So, hey, Kevin Feige, if you think...
money at the end of the day.
If it's all about money. It's all about money.
As long as there's no controversies and we get our money,
exactly.
We're happy.
Disney's like, hey, man, look, we want our agenda to be pushed in a low-key manner. Push out our agenda in a low-key manner. Make us money. And that's it. No. But Warner Brothers, no, that's not them. Warner Brothers like, no, we want to do this. We want to go in and cut that out. We want to go in and cut this and that and that. No, trust the people that you hire. If you hire
Warner
somebody,
Brothers is basically
them.
Fox for DC.
Exactly.
And honestly.
Why do you think, look, why do you think I'm all for this
like
Disney
the reason
Fox
Deadpool and Logan worked was because they gave it to the directors. And
exactly.
They let them go free reign. Like, same thing with Wonder Woman. Guess what? They gave it to the actual creators of the movie, and it worked.
Exactly.
Incredible. Like, you just give them a guideline and say, here, go. Like, do your own thing as long as you follow these rules and, like, as long as you don't, like, kill off anyone, like, really important or do something horrible to them. Like, you can't, like, chop off Batman's leg or something. Yeah. But, like, as long as it stays to our guidelines, just go and do your own thing. It'll be fine.
Honestly,
seriously,
I really wish that DC Films had their own funding. I really do. Honestly, I really wish that Warner Brothers did not have the rights to DC characters. I don't want them.
It's not.
One of the best things to come from Warner Brothers is them hiring Hans Zimmer. Okay, that's about it.
Yeah. He's been slacking. As of late.
What are you talking about? Have you seen Blue Planet 2?
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. No. Hans Zimmer is not Hans Zimmer's not even making superhero stuff anymore. He did.
This Blade Runner soundtrack was boring.
Bro, we don't talk about that.
There's like one good song.
No, but you see,
It's still Hans Zimmer.
No, but Blade Runner, but Blade Runner is a different conversation altogether, bro. Blade Runner is not.
Hans Zimmer.
It's not supposed to be. Blade Runner is not. The soundtrack is not supposed to be really crazy. You know, super really nice melodic things. It's not supposed to be
unique, and the entire soundtrack sounds like itself.
No, the entire soundtrack is supposed to take up airspace. It's supposed to take up. That's what it's for, dude. It's for ambience. That's what it's for.
Blade Runner, not in Blade Runner. It's
no, we can't. Vangelis is a different
Blade Runner
dude. The first movie, Vangelis, they wanted a different approach for it. But for this movie, they wanted a sense of. Have you seen horror films? Do you watch horror films?
Yeah, for horror films, this is Blade Runner. Like,
but that's what
the music is basically a character.
Listen to the.
It's supposed to be like a character in the background.
Listen to the It soundtrack. Have you listened to the It soundtrack?
No, because I haven't watched the movie.
Listen to the It soundtrack. Okay, if you listen to any horror soundtrack, it's not supposed to be super melodic. It's supposed to be abstract noise. It's supposed to take on its own form. It's supposed to help carry on the dialogue. It's not supposed to be super melodic.
There's literally like one song in that entire soundtrack that's distinct.
And that's the intent, though. That's the intention. Look,
all right, whatever.
Look, the composers, him and the one from It did Blade Runner. But anyway, yeah, you were saying?
It's not just the movies they put out in the theaters that are suffering from Warner Brothers owning DC. It's the movies that are getting put out to home video, like the animated films. It's the TV shows. It's all these things. Like, guess who owns Cartoon Network? I'm pretty sure it's Warner Brothers. And guess what they're putting out? Teen Titans Go. Like.
Which they're making a feature film for. Nobody asked that.
They're making a feature film. And on top of that, like, you've got like all the DC film, like the animated films. Like, you look at the early 2000s and they're putting out some really quality stuff, like in terms of films, like Under the Red Hood, like all these other films, like Justice League: The New Frontier, like literally like it's a comic book come to life. It's the same comic book except in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, and then they start with their New 52, like, kind of thing, and the quality just goes downhill. The animation has gone steadily worse, and the voice acting isn't there, and the storytelling isn't there.
Well, I'm gonna have to slightly disagree on that part.
No, dude, if you compare them to the films they were making before they started Justice League War,
yeah,
there is no comparison. They're so much better.
Yeah, I get you on that, but
it's the same time that Warner Brothers started with Man of Steel. I'm just saying, there's a little bit of a correlation there.
You see, I'm kind of like 50-50 with you. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you because you are making.
They haven't made a distinct DC film, like.
Yeah, you are making some
like
valid
a DC
points.
Animated film, you know.
You are making some valid points. You are, but my thing is, because what you're saying is factual. But for me personally, I have enjoyed, because Under the Red Hood was great, but I've enjoyed Justice League War. I watched it the other day. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Justice League Dark.
Justice League War is the last one I enjoyed, honestly.
Like, I enjoyed Dark. I enjoyed Judas Contract.
I'm not saying they're bad films. I'm just saying they're mediocre. Like, honestly,
they could be better.
They're not doing anything special.
They could be better.
They could be a lot better. They were a lot better.
They were.
Like, the only film that's coming out from them that I'm like, hey, that could be cool is the new Gotham by Gaslight movie, and I'm pretty sure they're going to end up screwing it up because I think they're giving it to the same guy they give it to every single time, Jay Oliva.
Yeah,
yeah. You need to step down. Him and Zack Snyder need to step the hell down and give it to someone else.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 because I don't watch. I don't watch the animated movies. I don't look at it the same way that I look at the live action films. Like for me, to be honest with you, I don't have so much of a gripe with the animated movies because the animated movies you can make millions of those. You can continue to make more of those, and always you can either improve or continue to go downhill.
Yeah, but expect when you buy something, you expect quality, and it's just not hardly there.
That's why I look at reviews before I buy it.
The film department are completely different, but hey, they still own DC. The thing is,
they do, yeah, but the animation department and the film department are they're different people and
they're different, but still, I'm pretty sure it's the company itself. It's not like I'm saying, oh, like one is better than the other. Like it's the whole company that's kind of crushing DC into like a tiny little ball and throwing out the window. Like,
peace out, Ryan.
I don't know. Like, it's just It doesn't make sense to me. Like, just give it to directors, let them do their thing as long as they follow your guideline. Like, it doesn't have to be all under the tutelage or under the watchful eye of one person, like Zack Snyder or Jay Oliva or whoever does Teen Titans Go.
Well,
they have to try something
talk about
new.
Teen Titans Go. That's just a freaking screw up. They messed up my childhood with that nonsense. Okay. It's approaching. It is approaching 1 hour, and one person asked a great question. I think this is great for us to close off. Sonny Black said, so can you believe it's been an hour? It's crazy, man. We didn't even plan to be on for this long.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my dad's mad at me.
I know. We're about to close off.
I can go for like a couple minutes. Okay.
Yeah, no, we're gonna close. We're gonna close off now. But it's the question he asked. I think is a good question to close out with. Sonny Black said, so what's your solutions to save the DCEU? You go. What do you think? What do you think is going to save the DCEU going forward?
Create a game plan. Take out the movies that people aren't going to watch because you're just wasting money on them. Like, take out Batgirl, take out Nightwing, take out Suicide Squad 2, because guess what? After that first movie, no one's going to watch it. Like, I love the Suicide Squad in the comics, but on the silver screen, it just does not work with that cast of characters. Yeah. Like, okay, seriously, like, take out all the films that people aren't going to like. If you have to, like, only do a film like once a year, like Marvel's doing 3 films a year, and you're doing 1 film a year. But if you're putting the time and the quality into that one film, people are going to end up talking a lot more than, like, Wonder Woman is literally like the best example of this. People are still talking about Wonder Woman, even though it came out this summer, more so than they're probably talking about Thor Ragnarok.
Of course.
Wonder Woman more than Thor Ragnarok, because that's a more quality film. Thor Ragnarok's a good movie, but like in terms of timelessness and how long it's going to last, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
And on top, and going further on that, take out all the films, give it to directors. Just say, like, this is the game plan. This is the big game plan. Just as long as you sit inside that and you don't go outside our boundaries, like, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
And then, seriously, just tighten it down, make a plan, give it to directors who actually, like, are willing to work with you, and directors who are unique stylistically. So it's not just like Marvel, where it's like, oh, every movie feels the same because these directors are pretty unremarkable. Like, give it, like, the big film should feel the same. Like, the sequel should feel the same to the first film, right? Like, Wonder Woman 2 should feel like Wonder Woman 1.
In a way, in the way it's directed. Well, I wouldn't say stylistically, because this. I mean, like, the way it depends on, like, the way it's shot. The way it's directed. Yeah, for sure. Well, you see, the cinematographer they brought for Wonder Woman is fantastic. So as long as they bring him back, we all good to go.
Exactly. Like, as long as they stay consistent, like, movie to movie, not like, oh, like Wonder Woman to Aquaman or Aquaman to, like, Cyborg. I mean, like, Wonder Woman to Wonder Woman and Justice League to Justice League. As long as those feel the same to each other, you're good. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, the big, like, every Marvel film feels the exact same way or looks the exact same way. Like, you don't need that. You just need them to feel the same from character to character.
Yep.
As long as the two it's fine. Like,
someone said, aren't they recasting Joker? They need to.
I hope so. I hope they recast Lex Luthor too, or tell him to do something different. Get him a damn acting coach or something. Like,
I wouldn't say nothing's wrong with his acting. That's Jesse Eisenberg. That's his style. It's just that it doesn't fit Lex Luthor. It doesn't fit Lex Luthor.
Get him an acting coach.
No, he
on how to act like Lex Luthor.
He needs to.
If you can't act like the character, then you need someone to teach you how to.
Well, that's the thing. He needs to they need to not let him do what he's doing. They need to tell him, because you see, it's
bring in Clancy Brown for sake.
Yeah.
Just bring in Clancy Brown. Tell him to shave his head, and we'll be fine. Like, Lex Luthor, dude has the voice. Literally, he's voiced Lex Luthor before for years. It's fine. He looks like the character from the cartoon. It's good. We're done. Just bring him in, kick Jesse Eisenberg out, kick Jared Leto out, get someone else new, do their own take on the Joker that's not, like, weird and creepy and condoms.
Keep Joe Manganiello, though.
Yeah, keep Joe Manganiello. Like, dude looks cool, and he's a good actor. Like,
you think they should recast? Someone said they think they should recast Black Adam. I feel like The Rock is just gonna be The Rock.
Yeah, they should recast Black Adam.
I feel he's just gonna be The Rock.
He's gonna be The Rock.
He's gonna be The Rock.
Another character, like,
just being The Rock.
There are characters like Aquaman. Like, you can put Jason Momoa in because people don't really know
too much of his stuff, though.
portrayed in the first place. But like The Rock, the thing is, like, literally he's gonna play The Rock, and Black Adam is not The Rock. At least Aquaman, you have some leeway there.
Yeah,
this is a villain. He needs to be memorable. He has to be distinct from the other characters.
They only chose The Rock because of his aesthetics.
Yeah, you can't have Shazam like bouncing jokes off Black Adam while they're punching each other in the face. Like, that doesn't work.
Right?
Like, if we're talking, like, Black Adam is like Batman and Shazam's like the Joker in terms of their personalities. Like, it's the reverse, you know?
Someone said get Mark Hamill as a live action Joker.
Why the hell not?
Why not? As well. You know? I mean, at this point, just Bill Skarsgård could work. Bill Skarsgård could work too.
I'm fine with that. That's cool.
He's a good clown. Well, this is gonna be my last comments about this. Dylan basically just explained his take on what he believes is gonna take the DCEU. I'm kind of with him on that, but this is just me.
And move up Green Lanterns.
Exactly, yeah.
Move them up quickly.
Bring in some more lanterns, man. Bring in some lanterns. What I think is,
I get the hat here too.
Take the directors that you know are working. For instance, take Patty Jenkins. She's working. I want her to do Man of Steel 2. I want her to do it. Bring her. That's my thing. I want her to do Man of Steel 2. There's a petition going on right now. Sign that daggone thing. I want Patty Jenkins to do Man of Steel 2 because she's really good with characters. The thing about Patty Jenkins is that she loves to be as accurate to anything she's doing. She because Wonder Woman, she went all in
like that.
She went all in with Wonder Woman. It's very detailed.
Directors who are going to do their own take on the character, but still actually draw from like the existing comics and the existing character.
Because
like you have to have some basis in something, you know.
What made me love Wonder Woman so much?
Superman, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, what made me love Wonder Woman so much was the fact how accurate she was to her comic book counterpart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She has the only thing that really is different from her, she's not as jaded yet because she's still new to this.
Exactly.
And then you throw her in Justice League, and that's pretty much her. Like
but in Justice League,
she's caring. She's well, I mean, like in terms of like the characters finally like come together. Like you have both parts, you know.
Well, in Justice League, because I heard another stream in Justice League, she was actually much more different than how she was. Because remember, the same writers obviously didn't write her character because remember.
I just meant in the way that she acts. Not like necessarily her actions.
She's convincing. She's convincing. She's always convincing.
Yeah.
And the thing, because the thing is, in Wonder Woman the movie, she, Steve Trevor's death actually motivated her to continue to go on with helping humanity. But in Justice League, Batman they were like, oh, she turned her back on humanity and she was gone for a century, and it was like. But wait, but in Wonder Woman you were motivated to help humanity. What happened with that?
No, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, they obviously
that was just an error,
or they just communicate when they're writing the films.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like the character at the end of the film. You have that loving and caring Wonder Woman who's also a badass, but she's also kind of serious, which we're lacking in the actual Wonder Woman movie. You know, because that's a big part of Wonder Woman's character. She is very serious. Like she takes things more seriously probably than Batman most of the time, you know. Like she's very much like business mindset like while she's on the job, and then like when she gets off, like she's
and a lot of that has to do with how her many years of just immortality. all that wisdom adds up.
Out of the Trinity, like she's probably the most balanced as a person in terms of her personal and like working life as Wonder Woman, I guess, her superhero life.
Well, I mean,
she knows how to separate them.
To finish my points, man, Patty Jenkins, I think she, I saw Ashley said this too, get rid of Josh, man. Should have never brought Josh on this thing. I liked what he did with Superman. That was cool. With his actions and how, certain things he was doing, bringing a kind of happy Superman. I like that.
Joss Whedon. The thing is, like, you can't be like Marvel. You can't bring in these directors. You have to just differentiate yourself somehow. You can't bring in these directors who are like literally just cardboard cutouts of directors. Because guess what? Joss Whedon, his directing style, it's not exactly like cinematic per se. He's kind of just shooting. He's setting up shots and shooting them. Like,
yeah.
If you look at some of the stuff like Zack Snyder did for Justice League, I see everyone like using the the thing in the when Batman gets in the vehicle and he starts shooting at the whatchamacallit, oh my god, Darkseid's minions, jeez,
Parademons.
You know, like parademons. There we go.
Yeah.
That you see the comparisons on that, so, you know, like Instagram and Twitter, whatever else. Like, yeah, like Joss Whedon doesn't really know how to shoot a scene, to be honest. Like, he's more of a writer than anything else.
Yeah.
Like Zack Snyder, great director, not so much a great writer.
And
you know?
yeah, you have to get
directors who are like distinct, who have distinct directing styles for these characters that fit these characters, like Patty Jenkins does with Wonder Woman. Like Zack Snyder would be really good for like Batman. Like, just saying,
yeah.
Like you can't just bring in like directors like Joss Whedon who are like, well, I'll shoot this stuff, but like I don't really want to put anything of my own into it. Like they have to be passionate. They have to be willing to give themselves give a bit of themselves to this film. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like random direct, like the Russo brothers, you know. Like,
and well, Safe Travels made a good comment, which is true. Before we close, he said MCU directors aren't just a cardboard cutout. Yeah, not all of them, because he mentions not the Russo brothers, not them. If you're talking about,
they don't do anything distinct in terms of like shots or anything. Like they're saying,
I don't know. Exactly well, you see that all of that has to do with Marvel's continuity efforts. That's different. As far as directing style, the Russos have always been doing a great job.
No, they're good directors. If there's
any MCU directors that I would be happy with, is definitely the Russo brothers. Definitely the Russo brothers for sure. Yeah. But anyway, Patty Jenkins, you know, makes you get some good. I talked this a little bit. Yeah, we don't even talk about that. But Taika Waititi's a comedian. Okay, this is different. He's not a superhero director.
He's a good director.
But he's
pretty distinct.
But he's not the
imagery in his films are not a lot of imagery in their films. You know, they don't take the time. They basically just shoot the story and the action scenes. Like their action scenes are basically like Bourne movies, which I hate. But
well, it just depends. Yeah, it depends on who's directing, man. It depends on who's doing it.
But like you look at Patty Jenkins, you look at like even Taika Waititi, like their directing styles are pretty distinct. There are definitely scenes in movies that are extremely memorable because they directed them and because they got a good director of cinematography on there as well, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I got you on that.
People who aren't like,
I think
basically
you need all that, and of course, like I said, you know, you need good composers. For me, you already know who that is.
Give all the writing to Jeff Johns.
Give me Junkie XL. Give me him. Okay, give me Rupert Gregson. Give me those two.
And if you want writers, just give it all to Jeff Johns.
Give it to Johns. Give it to Jeff Johns. He can do it.
It's a comic book writers. Like,
exactly.
Do fine as long
man,
as
look at
Flash
Rebirth. Look at Flash Rebirth, man. Look at Green Lanterns, man. Come on, bro.
Look at Green Lantern. Look at even his Justice Society of America series. That book is great. It ties into Kingdom Come. I've never seen a book do a midquel to another book. That's incredible. Like, and it works. So, like, give it to him. Make a Flashpoint movie work, which I doubt they can.
Wait, what? Okay, Mr. Gad, you on drugs with that comment. You know what this man just said? This man said, I don't think Wonder Woman is really that memorable compared to MCU films. I beg thy pardon?
Yeah, get out of here.
I beg thy pardon? Sir, what? The No Man's Land scene is like the most memorable thing.
Your last comment says, I think Patty was passionate. Passion goes a long way.
Yeah, man.
You can see it. And then the next comment is so the other way around.
Come on, Mr. Gad. You let me down, bruh. You let me down, bro. No. Come on, man.
There's not a single MCU
you hurt my heart there, man. You hurt my heart with that comment.
There's not a single MCU film out there, honestly, for me, that's more memorable than Wonder Woman. Sure, there's ones I like better, but they're not more memorable. Like, I pretty much remember Wonder Woman beat for beat compared to MCU films.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You know? They kind of just blur together, the rest of them.
To be honest with you, like, I've seen all the MCU films countless times, and I sometimes forget a lot of things about it. Like, I just saw Spider-Man: Homecoming, right? Literally again with my mom because she didn't see it, so we just watched it last week or a couple days ago. And it's already like a blur to me.
Yeah,
Like I have to think.
Wonder like at least if you get a like that's the thing, they don't get in good cinematographers because they want them all to look the same, and they just become a blur.
After Doctor Strange, but after Doctor Strange,
like
things started to change though. After Doctor Strange, their visuals started to change though, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a beautiful film. Visually, visually was a beautiful film. So was Thor.
Dude, they're still not there yet. They are not there yet, anywhere close. And also, you got to look at like the back catalog of like MCU films. How many of them were just literally just a blur before like Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, and Guardians 2.
Well, the thing that I like about those movies being blurs is that I can get to watch it over again and enjoy it. That's the only reason. That's the only thing. It's like
that's kind of true.
You know, because I've seen Winter Soldier a lot of times, and I totally forgot half of the stuff about that movie. Not kidding.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't remember it hardly.
Exactly, man. But it's like I've seen it so much times, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, right, man. Yeah, man. But I think
basically it for us.
Yeah, right? I think that's it for this video, man. We streamed longer than we planned, but it was a good stream. Let's hope Dylan's let's hope Dylan's dad ain't too pissed at him. But yeah,
the dinner's not cold.
Whole dinner's not cold for you.
I'm so hungry.
Oh my god. But anyway, man. Guys, thank you so much for watching this stream with us. This will be up later if you just came in halfway and you want to see what we talked about earlier. This will be reposted. So make sure that you check it out if you're not make sure you subscribe. If you just happen to stumble on here, I don't even know why I just said subscribe when half of the people already subscribed to the channel. But yeah, make sure you check out the community posts, okay? Because that's a thing now. Check out my latest video. All right, cool. Subscribe. Let me subscribe, man. Follow me on social media, Matthew V Haynes, Twitter, all that stuff. You'll see Dylan's stuff as well. If you go to my Instagram, we did some pictures there. I didn't put it in the description box, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace. Anything you want to say, Dylan, before you dip?
No, man, I'm good. Peace,
all
guys.
right, man. Peace, guys. I will see you guys later. I'm going away for the weekend, so don't expect too many videos from me this weekend. But unless I live stream, so yeah. Peace. Ashley said, give this man his dinner.
Hey.
And give this man his dinner.
My man.
My man. All right, guys. Peace.